आज हम इस वीडियो में सीखने जा रहे हैं स्पर्श भाग 2 पाठ्य पुस्तक of grade 10, the first lesson, that is Sakhi. The poet of Sakhi is Sant Kavita ji. And before starting the lesson, let's have a glance through the lesson. It have an important part in your exam paper. The word Sakhi has been originated from Sakshi, and the word Sakshi has come from Sakshay, which means Pratyaksh Gyan, the knowledge, the wisdom which can be seen directly. जो ज्ञान हमें स्पष्ट दिखता है. This knowledge are mainly given by the Guru to the disciples. The language used by the Sant Kavita ji are mainly known as Sadhukari, and it is a mixture of Awadhi, Rajasthani, Bhojpuri, Punjabi. So, because of this reason, they are known as Panch Mail Khichdi, as it has a mixture of number of languages. The Sakhi are the Doha Chand, which means verses, and there's a combination of 24 matras. As we can say that the first and the third set will together form of 13 ones, whereas the second and the fourth set will form 11 ones. So when we join together, 13 and 11 will form together as 24 matras. The Sakhi are the life examples where the Guru delivers their Vyavarik Gyan, which means behavioral knowledge, to their disciples. And the more powerful the knowledge will be, the more impact it brings to the life of disciples. जितनी अधिक प्रभावशाली होगी, उतनी ही अधिक याद रहेगी. So let's here have a quick glance on the life of Sant Kabir Das ji. Sant Kabir Das ji was born at Kashi in the year 1398 in Uttar Pradesh. He acquired his life of 120 years on this earth. He died in 1518 at Maghar in Uttar Pradesh. Sant Swami Ramanandan was his guru. संत कबीरदास जी शास्त्रीय ज्ञान की अपेक्षा अनुभवी ज्ञान को अधिक महत्व देते थे, which means he was more keen for experienced knowledge than compared to classical knowledge. संत कबीरदास जी क्रांतिदर्शी कवि थे. He was a revolutionary poet. संत कबीरदास जी मानते थे कि ईश्वर एक है, निर्विकार है, अरूप है, which means he considered God to be as one, without any shape, form or face. संत कबीरदास जी हिंदी निर्गुण भक्ति धारा के प्रमुख कवि हैं, which means they have extreme faith in God, but they believe that God is without any shape, size or any form. Start with our Sakhi. We have total 8 Sakhi in our lesson. Our first Sakhi is ऐसी वाणी बोले मन का आपा खोए, आपन तन शीतल करें औरन को सुख होए, which means ऐसी वाणी बोलनी चाहिए, ऐसी बातें करनी चाहिए, which should be in such a way that all our egos gets give up, gets finish off, and this will not only give us happiness, it will not only show our goodness, and it will also give happiness to others. औरन को भी सुख होए, which means others will also be happy. Let me give you the व्याख्या or the explanation of the Sakhi to make it more clear and understandable. में कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि हमें अपना मन का अहंकार त्याग कर ऐसी भाषा का प्रयोग करना चाहिए. अहंकार again means here that ego. Give up means त्यागना. So हमारा अपना तन मन भी स्वस्थ रहे means to be healthy, और दूसरों को भी कोई कष्ट ना हो, अर्थात दूसरों को भी सुख प्राप्ति हो. When we speak about the prasang or the context which we get in our exam paper, then we are supposed to write the book from where it has been taken and the poet of the साखी. So we have to start like this. प्रस्तुत साखी हमारी हिंदी पाठ्य पुस्तक स्पर्श भाग 2 से ली गई है. इस साखी के कवि कबीरदास जी हैं. इसमें कबीर ने मीठी बोली बोलने और दूसरों को दुख ना देने की बात कही है. We are supposed to give the main thing which we understand from the साखी. Let me give you the reading in English. Kabir Das ji says that we should renounce the ego of our mind and use such language in which our own body and mind should be healthy and there shouldn't be any trouble to others. That is, others should also be happy. The second Sakhi for you. कस्तूरी कुंडली वसे मृग ढूंढे वन माही ऐसे घटी घटी राम है दुनिया देखे नाही. Here is something interesting for you to listen. Kasturi here is the musk gland of the deer and it is found in the navel. That is the kundali. And mrig is the Sanskrit word for deer. Mahi means antarman, that is our inner heart. So what the poet here wants to say that Kasturi Kundali Vase. Kasturi Kundali is already available in the navel of the deer and he is not aware of that. वो नहीं जानता है. He keeps on searching in the jungle, the perfume, the sand, where it is coming from. Similarly, the poet here is compared with the God. The God is there everywhere. Gati gati. Gati means every particles on this earth. And it is available inside our antarman, that is mahi, inside our heart. But what we do, we keep on going in search of God in the temple, mosque, churches and gurudwaras. So let's go for the व्याख्या, for the second साखी, that is the explanation. कबीर दाजी कहते हैं कि जिस प्रकार एक हिरन कस्तूरी की खुशबू को जंगल में ढूंढता फिरता है, जबकि वह खुशबू, वह सुगंध, that perfume, उसी की नाभि में विद्यमान है, which means already available in the navel. परंतु वह इस बात से बेखबर होता है, he doesn't know that. उसी प्रकार संसार में कण कण में ईश्वर विद्यमान है और मनुष्य इस बात से बेखबर ईश्वर को देवालय और तीर्थों में ढूंढता है. कबीर जी कहते हैं कि अगर आपको ईश्वर ढूंढना ही है तो अपने मन में, अपने अंतर्मन में ढूंढो. सर्च इन योर इनर हार्ट. जब हमें प्रसंग या कॉन्टेक्स्ट लिखना है, मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया, आपको ये बताना होगा फ्रॉम वेयर इट हैज बीन टेकन, फ्रॉम विच बुक एंड हु इज द पोएट. सो विल बी स्टार्टिंग लाइक दैट एंड देन विल गिव द मेन जिस्ट ऑफ द साखी. इसमें कवि कहते हैं कि संसार के लोग कस्तूरी हिरन की तरह हो गए हैं. जिस तरह हिरन कस्तूरी प्राप्ति के लिए इधर उधर भटकता रहता है, उसी तरह लोग भी ईश्वर प्राप्ति के लिए भटकते रहते हैं. If you want the English explanation, then you can read through the English translation so that you can understand it more better. So here is the third Sakhi. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं, अब हरि है मैं नाही. सब अंधियारा मिटी गया, जब दीपक देखिया माही. So मैं here is the pride, the ego. That is the ahankar which is inside me. So when there is ahankar, when there is pride inside myself, then there is no God. The God will not reside beside me. And when all this is removed, when all the pride is removed, miti gaya means erased, then only Deepak, that is referred to the God. Then the Deepak, that is the God, will reside in me. Then God will be there with me in my inner heart. So here is the explanation, that is the व्याख्या. कबीर जी कहते हैं कि जब इस हृदय में मैं, अर्थात that is my अहंकार, that is my ego, तब इसमें परमेश्वर का वास नहीं था. परंतु अब हृदय में अहंकार नहीं है तो इसमें प्रभु का वास है. अब परमेश्वर नामक दीपक के दर्शन हुए तो अज्ञान रूपी अंधकार का विनाश हो गया. Which means all my egos have finished. I have given up when the God resides with me. So let's go for the prasang. That is the context. We have to write from where it has been taken and the poet of the Sakhi, and then we'll give the gist. इसमें कवि कहते हैं कि मन में अहम और अहंकार के मिटने जाने के बाद ही मन में परमेश्वर का वास होता है. Here comes the fourth one. सुखिया सब संसार है, खाए और सोवे. दुखिया दास कबीर है, जागे और रोवे. Now what the poet wants to say here is sukhiya means to be happy, and खावे और सोवे means they keep on eating and sleeping. Aru is referred here to darkness of ignorance, that is agyan rupi andhkar. And Dukhiya is Kabir. That is, Kabir is very sad. And Jage or Rove, which means he is awake, he is not sleeping, and he is also crying. So what he wants to say here is that this world is enjoying, full of happiness, eating and sleeping. They are not aware of the ultimate truth, that is the death. And seeing all this, Sant Kabir Das is very sad and he is crying and not able to sleep. So let's go for the Vyakhya, that is the explanation for this Sakhi. कबीर जी कहते हैं कि संसार के लोग अज्ञान रूपी अंधकार में डूबे हुए हैं, दैट इज द डार्कनेस ऑफ इग्नोरेंस. अपनी मृत्यु आदि से भी अनजान सोए हुए हैं. ये सब देखकर कबीर दुखी हैं और रो रहे हैं. वे प्रभु के पाने की आशा में हमेशा चिंता में जागते रहते हैं. So when we start for prasang, we'll go for the first line from where it has been taken, from which book, and the poet of the Sakhi, and then we'll explain in a small list. कबीर जी कहते हैं कि अज्ञान रूपी अंधकार में सोए हुए मनुष्यों को देखकर दुखी हैं और रो रहे हैं. Let's go for the fifth one. विरह भुवंगम तन वसे मंत्र न लागे कोई. राम वियोगी ना जीवे, जीवे तो बोरा होई. Now Viraha here is referred as the sorrow of being lost of our loved ones, our close ones. Vangam is the snake, and Lage is the effect. Ram Vyogi means separation from God. And Bora here is said to be mad, that is madness. So what the poet wants to say here in this Sakhi, he wants to teach us that when the sorrow of a person, of lost one, so heavy that the snake is rolling on us, then no one can remove that sadness, that sorrow. No medicine, no puja, no mantra, nothing can remove that sorrow. Similarly, the person who is separated from God, from the Almighty, he is also not alive. He is, even if he is alive, he is in sorrow. He is just like a mad person. This is the Vyakhya, the explanation for the Sakhi. कबीर जी कहते हैं कि जब मनुष्य के मन में अपने को बिछड़ने का गम सांप बनकर लौटने लगता है, तो उस पर कोई मंत्र असर नहीं करता, ना ही कोई दवा असर करती है. उसी तरह राम अर्थात ईश्वर के वियोगी में मनुष्य जीवित नहीं रहता. अगर रहता भी है तो उसकी स्थिति पागलों जैसी हो जाती है. मीन्स मैडनेस, ही बिकम्स एज अ मैड पर्सन. So when we start for prasang, we will write the book from which it has been taken and the poet who has written this Sakhi, and then we'll give a small gist. इसमें कबीर जी कहते हैं कि ईश्वर के वियोग में मनुष्य जीवित नहीं रह सकता. अगर रहता भी है तो वह पागल हो जाता है. So if you want the explanation in English, you can go through the slide and can read the meaning. So here is the sixth Sakhi for us to understand. निंदक नेडा राखिए, आंगनी कुटी बनाए, बिन साबुन पानी बिना निर्मल करे सुभाए. Now निंदक here are the person who dispraise us, जो निंदा करते हैं. They are the person who condemns. Now neda means to be near. Angri, angri is the courtyard. Kuti, kuti is means the hermitage or a small hut, an ashram. Bin sabun pani vina, which means without any soap and water. Nirmal means to be clean, purified. Subhai, subhai is the nature or our behavior. Now the poet wants to teach us that those who dispraise us, जो हमारी निंदा करते हैं, उन लोगों को हमें अपने पास रखना चाहिए. We should keep near to them, and if possible, we should give them a hut or a place to stay in our courtyard. In that case, when they'll be pointing out our mistakes, we will get purified without any use of water or soap. Our behavior will get cleaned. तो चलो अब व्याख्या भी समझ लें इस साखी की. इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग साखी. सो लेट्स गो थ्रू द एक्सप्लेनेशन. इसमें कबीरदास जी कहते हैं कि हमें हमेशा निंदा करने वाले व्यक्तियों को अपने निकट ही रखना चाहिए. हो सके तो अपने आंगन में ही उनको घर बनवा लेना चाहिए, अर्थात हमेशा अपने आसपास रखना चाहिए ताकि हम उनके द्वारा बताई हुई गलतियों को सुधार सकें. इसमें हमारा स्वभाव बिना साबुन और पानी की मदद से ही साफ हो जाएगा. So when we go for the prasang, we'll write the book from which it has been taken and the poet, and then we'll give a small explanation, small gist. कबीरदास जी निंदा करने वाले व्यक्तियों को अपने पास रखने की सलाह देते हैं ताकि आपका स्वभाव में अपने आप ही परिवर्तन आ जाए. Let's move to the seventh one. पोथी पढ़ी पढ़ी जग मुआ, पंडित भया न कोई, एक अशीर पीर का, पढ़े सुपंडित होय. Now pothi here is referred to big, heavy, thick books. Mua means to ultimate death. Pandit means a scholar. Bhaya na koi means couldn't become. एक अशीर means one letter, one alphabet. Peer means affection for God, love for God. So what Kabir wants to say here is that pothi padhi padhi jag moha. People are studying big thick books. Even then they couldn't become a scholar and finally they died. But if they would have learned only one letter of God's love, God's affection, they would have become a wise person, a scholar. So we'll move to the व्याख्या. संत कबीर जी इस साखी से हमें ये शिक्षा देने चाहते हैं कि संसार के लोग मोटे मोटे पुस्तकें बुक्स पढ़कर भी मनुष्य मर जाता है, परंतु कोई भी मनुष्य पंडित नहीं बन पाया, which means that couldn't become the scholar. यदि किसी व्यक्ति ने ईश्वर प्रेम का एक भी अक्षर पढ़ लिया होता तो पंडित बन जाता, अर्थात ईश्वर का प्रेम ही सच है, इसे जानने वाला ही वास्तविक ज्ञानी है. They are the ultimate scholars. So now we'll move to the prasang, that is the context. इसमें कवि जी पुस्तकी ज्ञान को महत्व न देते हुए ईश्वर प्रेम को अधिक महत्व देते हैं. So here is the last साखी, that is the eighth one. हम घर जाल या आपन लिया मुरादा हाथे, अब घर डाले तास का, जे चले हमारे साथी. Now जालिया means to burn. Apan is the my own house. लिया मुरादा हाथी is the hand. Murada means the burning torch of wood. Now here it is referred as a wisdom, as knowledge. अब घर जाले तास का means his house. Jale means again to burn. जो चले हमारे साथी में those who support me, those who walk with me. So Sant Kabir Das ji wants to teach us through the Sakhi that he has burned his own house. That is, the house is referred here as the illusions, the Moh Maya. He has burned them all, and now he has the burning torch. Now that is the wisdom. Now he has the wisdom with him, and he is going to burn all those houses, all those illusions of those people who support him, those who walk with him, and they will also attain knowledge and will become scholar. So let's have a quick view of व्याख्या, that is the explanation. कबीर जी कहना चाहते हैं कि उन्होंने अपना घर खुद जला दिया, अर्थात उन्होंने अपना मोह माया रूपी घर को जलाकर ज्ञान प्राप्त कर लिया. अब उनके हाथ में मशाल है. They have the burning torch, which is referred to the knowledge. अब वे उनका घर भी जलाएंगे जो उनके साथ चलना चाहते हैं, अर्थात वे भी अपना मोह माया मुक्त कर देंगे और ज्ञान प्राप्त कर लेंगे. So let's move to the प्रसंग. इसमें कबीर जी कहते हैं कि मोह माया रूपी घर को जलाकर अर्थात त्याग कर ज्ञान को प्राप्त करना चाहिए. Hope you understood the Sakhi and their inner meaning. What Sant Kabir wants to teach us through his Sakhis. Still you have any clarification or queries, can bring me in my comment box. Our next video on MCQs of this lesson will be soon launched. Do watch them and enjoy. They are the important parts of your exam paper. Happy learning, children. Goodbye.